Krishna as a friend, in the mellow of a friend. So earlier the talks were going on between intimate friends, namely Rishikesha and Gudakesha. As friends, both of them were on the same level. So they were on the same level, and as a friend, Lord Shri Krishna was also allowing Arjunji to speak because he is his friend. So speak what you want to speak as per the dictations of his mind and intellect. And as a friend, he gave Arjunji right to choose what he want to do, although he demanded that you should fight. Klabyam ma smagama partha tyaktvo tishta parantapaha. Although Lord Shri Krishna demanded, but still, as a friend, he was not forcing him, because friend, well-wisher. So the talks were very friendly. But when Arjunji surrendered and accepted Lord as his master, so he at once assumed, and Swami Srila Prabhupada is writing, he talked with the disciple like the master, as it is required. So after becoming master, actually Lord Shri Krishna, he started smiling, because he assumed. So he was not smiling to humiliate in that way or to show Arjunji down, but of course, in one way, his Lord is giving an indication that something is wrong. All your knowledge, all your somewhere something is lacking. So Lord started smiling, and then he will give his Upadesha, the next verse, from the next verse. And Swami Srila Prabhupada is writing that talks of Bhagavad Gita were exchanged. Talk between the master and the disciple were openly exchanged in the presence of both the armies, so that all were benefited. So these talks, or the Upadesha or Bhagavad Gita, or the talks between Lord Shri Krishna and his intimate friend, his disciple Arjunji, was openly exchanged in between the armies, in the presence of both the armies, so that all were benefited. It was not that Lord Shri Krishna silently or somewhere, gave the instruction to Arjunji. No, it was openly in the midst of the armies. These talks were exchanged, and Swami Srila Prabhupada is saying that both the armies, so that all were benefited, because the Supreme Lord is the well-wisher, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam, of every living entity. And truly speaking, through Arjunji, he gave Bhagavad Gita to all the human beings for the benefit of all the human beings, every human being. Of course, other living entities cannot, but yes, other living entities were also in that way, other way, indirectly benefited. But truly speaking, all those who can understand, Manushya, all those who are born as a human, Manushya Yoni, so for the benefit of the whole humanity, Lord Shri Krishna actually spoke the transcendental knowledge or transcendental science of self-realization and God realization of Krishna consciousness, or the essence of all the Vedic literatures, to his friend Arjuna. for the benefit of whole humanity. So wonderful. It appears that the talk between the Master Swami Srila Prabhupada is trying to tell all of us that it is for the benefit exchange in presence of both the armies so that all were benefited. And Swami Srila Prabhupada is further explaining talks of Bhagavad Gita are not for any particular person, society or community, but they are for all. And friends or enemies are equally entitled to hear them. So in the army there were all 64 crores and they all were present there. And truly speaking, the talks, the Bhagavad Gita itself, the conversation between Arjunji and Lord Shri Krishna is the science of soul and super soul. And the soul and super soul do not belong to any particular community or society or caste or creed. The soul accepts a body which is born in a particular varna, ashram, a family, a community, a country. The body is born in a particular country or loka, higher loka, bhuloka, patal loka. But the soul, the spirit soul is transmigrating. That science will be further explained by Lord Shri Krishna. So the Bhagavad Gita is the science of soul, the super soul. There are 5 main topics, 6 main topics, they say. Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. So these things do not belong to any particular, they don't fall under any society, community. Nobody can claim as such. Because all the people who were assembled there, they all had different faith. But of course, because they were present there and they were seeing Lord Shri Krishna face to face and they were hearing the instructions of Lord Shri Krishna, so everyone was benefited. And it is also said in the Srimad Bhagavatam and other Vedic literatures, all those who were dying in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, seeing Lord Shri Krishna, they were all getting liberated, they were all transferred, they were all getting various kinds of muktis and were transferred to, most of them who were transferred to the spiritual kingdom, spiritual planet of the Supreme Lord, the spiritual abode, Golokadham, Vaikuntha Vaikuntha planets. So Swami Srila Prabhupada is very clearly, he is mentioning that it is not meant for any particular person, society or community. Nobody can say, oh, it is only meant for Kshatriyas, or it is only meant for Brahmanas, or it is meant for Grasta, Sannyas, everybody, or it is meant for Hindu or Muslim or this or that. No, it is meant for the talks of Bhagavad Gita are not meant for any particular person, society, community, but they are for all. And friends or enemies are equally entitled. Friends or enemies are equally entitled to hear them. Because, truly speaking, everybody belongs to the Supreme Lord. And He is the well-wisher, Suhirdam Sarva Bhutanam. Every living entity belongs to the Supreme Lord, and He is the well-wisher and friend of every living entity. Not only human beings. He is the friend and of every living entity. He is the friend and well-wisher. That's why the Vedic instruction, Vedic injunction is, one should not kill, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not covet. Christianity or Hinduism or any religion, Jeev Himsa is prohibited because that is the will of the Supreme Lord. No living entity should be killed unnecessarily. Even plants and trees unnecessarily. So, But yes, of course, for Jeev Jivasya Jivanam, in this material world, that is the law. For living, you have to kill. We drink water and so many bacteria in water, we take food, we walk and so many ants are killed. But yes, unnecessarily, deliberately, voluntarily, one should not try to give pain or harm any living entity, any living being. Because the Supreme Lord is displeased by such action. Because He is the well-wisher and friend, Suhirdam Sarva Bhutanam, of every living entity. He is the Father, Aham Bija Brada Pita. Every living entity is His part and parcel, and He has allowed, He has sanctioned, Upadrishta Anumanta. He has sanctioned everyone to live in a particular body as per one's karmas, and as such nobody has a right to give pain to any living, and if one does so, then for sure he will be punished by the laws of nature, by the laws of the Supreme Lord. So, very wonderful verse and very beautiful points. Very beautiful verse, very wonderful points. Both way we can say. Beautiful points or wonderful points, and beautiful verse and wonderful verse. So, tam uvacha Rishikeshah prasanniva bharata senayorubhyormadhe vishidantam idam vachaha. So Sanjay ji has told to Dhritarashtra, and from next verse Lord Shri Krishna will start talking very seriously. From the 11th verse, Lord Shri Krishna will start talking seriously with his friend, and wonderful as Swami Srila Prabhupada wrote in one of the purport, that by analytical study between the difference between, by analysis, Lord will explain the difference between body and the soul. In the forthcoming verses, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Sochana Anvasochastam Pragyavadam Shabhashase Gadasu Nagadasum Shananu Sachanti Panditaha Natvevam Jatu Nasham Nattam Neme Janadipaha Nachavana Bhavishyamaha. So very beautiful, wonderful verses are in line. So we'll take up a few more verses in our next session. So we'll stop this session right here only with this verse. 9th and 10th, two verses we studied, and we understood lot of concepts from Swami Srila Prabhupada's wonderful purports. So, may Lord Shri Krishna, may Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, may Bhagavad Gita, may the instructions of Lord Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita and Swami Srila Prabhupada, a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord, may they all bless all of us. So with this I would like to stop here. Jai Vishnupad Paramhans Parivrajacharya Shrotrashat Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charnar Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ji ki Jai Ho. All glories to His Divine Grace Abhay Charnar Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Granth Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and all glories to Holy Name. All glories to Vaishnavas. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.